Welcome back, my loyal citizens of Ottawa. GM Yeesh here up at the year one trade deadline for your Ottawa Senators. I apologize for the long wait between episodes, boys. I've had a few slight equipment issues, and by slight, I mean my phone screen decided to make like a banana and split. And while it took negotiating a couple weeks worth of salary, I've managed to convince Melnick to pitch in for a used iPhone 5. So we're all good on that end. Alrighty, so last episode we simulated the first few months of the season, which saw us start off pretty decently. I think we were about a 500-ish team until the middle of December, in which we nosedived into a 10-game losing streak, leaving us second last in the NHL up here at the trade deadline. So I put the question to you guys, my analysts, what's the plan? Should we jettison all of our current talent, trade away guys like Tierney, Duclair, Connor Brown, go scorched earth in hopes of getting that golden lottery ball? Do we just trade away the veterans like Mahler, Anisimov, Bodker, and all those guys? Or do we just stand pat at the deadline and more or less let the cards fall where they may? I put the question to you boys, my analysts, and you guys are a little split down the middle. First on RT1 starts it off saying Brown is being slept on, just a fact. Goes on to say, I'd ship Tierney and Bodker, Anisimov bottom six feeder for next season. Bounce Burrow Cop and Hainsey for late picks. No, not the Burrow Cop. So I actually really like the idea of holding on to Anisimov, but I'll go ahead and show you boys here. Burrow Cop and Hainsey, I really like both of them on the team. Even if we don't bring them back next season, they're fantastic veterans and locker room presences for this year. And since neither of them have, they both have like almost no trade value. I want to keep Kachuk and Colin White's morale up as high as I can. Now, if they were worth like a second or first round pick, obviously you trade them away anyway. But considering we already have 7 picks in the first 2 rounds, I don't think losing out on third or fourth will be that much worse than Colin White or Kachuk not growing because of morale, right? So I'd rather hold on to them. Now, I am open to trading away Chris Tierney, but our next analyst, Green44, has a different take on it. He says, I'd hold on to 30-goal scorer Connor Brown, the Duke, and Tierney. They want to stay for the rebuild, so we might as well reward them for their faith. The wonderful thing is that they're RFAs, so we can qualify them if they ask for too much. Right, not like Ottawa's ever had issues with paying players before. He goes on to say sheltering the likes of Brown, Batherson, and Formanton will be key as they'll likely replace most of our top 9 guys next season. So as far as the value goes for all the vets like Callahan and Bodker, I've been on the noob Melnick phone all day, and not a single GM I've spoken to has expressed any interest in either of them, right? I would basically have to pay them to take them off my hands, even though they both have 1 year left. Let me show you boys the value. Like, they have no value, right? They're up here at contracts like Bobby Ryan, Clark MacArthur, and Marion Gaborik. So we're going to be holding on to them simply because they can't be moved. That just leaves 3 players, Anthony Duclair, Connor Brown, and Chris Tierney. Now, when it comes to Connor Brown, 30-goal scorer, right? We got to hold on to him. This is a guy, I mean, he's having a career year. We'd be idiots to trade him right now, especially because even though he's 26, he'll still be an RFA, as Green44 mentioned earlier. Now, Chris Tierney, I am open to trading him away at the draft, not right now, just because if we don't end up drafting a center, then our 1-2 punch down the middle next season would look like Colin White and Artem Anisimov, which is not a recipe for success, right? I don't know if we're going to make playoffs next season, but I don't want to be a bottom dweller. So we're going to hold on to Tierney at least until the draft, which just leaves the Duke of Ottawa, Anthony Duclair. Now, this is an interesting case, boys, because Anthony Duclair entered the NHL at such a young age. He is already going to have his UFA status at the end of the season, meaning he can walk and we can lose him for nothing if we don't trade him now. Even though he's come out and said both publicly and internally that he would like to stay in Ottawa, I went ahead and did my due diligence as any GM would do, considering he isn't signed to a contract right now. And I drew up one trade that I found very interesting with the Dallas Stars. I'll go ahead and show you boys right here. Denis Gurianov. Now, the Stars are currently 31, 26, and 2. They are right inside of a playoff spot. They're all in to win. Their window isn't getting any longer, right? Ben and Sagan getting older, Perry's old, Pavelski's up there, Bishop's up there, so they're trying to win right now, and they're having a hard time putting the puck in the net. Corey Perry, not what they hoped for. 14 points in 59 games. Obviously, Blake Como, not the answer offensively. Radulov's doing all right, but he can't carry the whole team. And then you have this kid, Denis Gurianov. He's not getting a lot of ice time. He's playing fourth line minutes, only has 20 points in 59 games. But you look at his skating, boys. 89 speed and 88 agility for a 6'3", 200-pound, 22-year-old winger. I've done some pre-scouting on this kid. This is a kid that loves to shoot the puck. He's fast. He has the body positioning. He has all the tools he needs to be a 30, 35 goal scorer in the NHL. This would be a one-for-one kind of hockey deal, similar to the Brassard for Zibanejad trade a while back, if you boys remember that. Which, by the way, as long as we're talking about it, I hated that trade. But as far as this one goes, at least from a hockey perspective, it makes perfect sense, right? Gurianov, only 2 years younger than Duclair, so it makes sense for the Stars too. Duclair has what? 46 points in 59 games, and Gurianov has 20 points. So Duclair is clearly what the Stars need right now offensively. But on the other hand, I don't know, man. When was the last time a player actually had the option to leave Ottawa, came out and said publicly and internally, like, hey, I want to stay. I found a home here. Let's work a contract out. Like this kid's a bit of a suitcase, boys. I know. He's already been around the sixth of the league, and he's not even 25 yet. But he comes to Ottawa, and that Duchesne trade is basically a throw-in because Tortorella more or less gave up on him, right? And that's while we were in the middle of being a dumpster fire. But he comes to Ottawa, he tears it up. He has these highlight reel plays that even in a dumpster fire season, like you see it as a fan, you're shocked. You're like, that guy plays for us, you know? It's that electrifying kind of hockey. You don't see it every night, but it is there. Anyone who's watched Duclair will tell you, like, it is there. It's not every night, but it's there. So he has that game-breaking ability, boys. And but I risk losing him for nothing, man. Gurianov looks like a legitimate beast. Yeah, all right. You know what, boys? I know I risk losing him for nothing and passing on a potentially great player, but I feel like with someone who's going to stick with things through thick and thin, I feel like he at the very least deserves the chance for me to be like, all right, you're not, like, he has to prove he's not the answer here before we trade him away, you know? I'm not going to assume he's not like, he's earned the right to prove that much, you know? If you can't win with the people who've stuck with you through thick and thin, then what's the point? Like, I'd rather walk away from this all in 3 or 4 years, my head held high knowing I failed, rather than tell a guy who leaves it all on the ice and would literally run through a wall for this team, hey, you're not good enough. Yeah, I can't make this trade, boys. Darn it, I talked myself out of the move. We're all right, so we're going to stand pat at the deadline, boys. I promise you there will be action at the draft. I will improve the roster. I just feel like that's not the way to do it. We have an identity that we need to, right? You still have to pay attention to your team's identity, because if you lose that, you lose your plan, and then you've lost everything. Even if your roster is great now, it won't be in a couple years. That I can promise you. So I'm going to stand pat at the deadline, boys. The Duke will remain in Ottawa, at least for the current time being. So let's go ahead. We need to get the simulation going. The Islanders are 5 points out of a third place in their division right now. That's something I need to pay a lot of attention to. Let's go ahead, get the season over with. Now, I saw a comment suggesting we bring up one of the young guns to give them some ice time up in the big leagues for next year. And 2 seconds for Koivu. I'd say it's a good move for both sides. I want to, but the problem is with their morale, the way their morale works, it can be damaging to those young guns if we call them up now and they either get hurt or they don't perform well. So I'd rather leave well enough alone, let them play in the AHL, push for a playoff spot, and hopefully have a deep run there, as Chicago loads up acquiring Sami Vatanen for Nicholas Bodine. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm probably butchering it. A B-level prospect. They get him for a B-level prospect. Berwiecki. No, I'm not trading away Burrow Cop. Craig Anderson goes down with a pulled groin. That's fine. Can replace player for that. Um, 3-1 loss to Winnipeg. Now, I was looking at the standings before this, boys. It does not look like we'll be able to catch the Kings for last places. They're just absolutely blah this season, right? They're like the Red Wings in real life. As the Islanders are selling. Wow. Love that. They trade away Brassard for a second and third. That's some pretty solid return, actually. I can't be mad at that trade. As we lose 2-1 to Montreal. Let's go, boys. The tank is on in full swing in Ottawa. As we lose 5-2 to Columbus and have now dropped our last 4 straight. You'll love to see it. As Vancouver... Wait. Is Vancouver as bad as we are? Where are we with Vancouver? Craig Anderson is back, so I'll go ahead and put him back in the lineup. As Kachuk has grown to an 84 and Colin White has grown to an 82, I was hoping that giving White some more ice time would help him grow. Same with Kachuk. Since the season's basically over, may as well, right? How's Connor Brown doing? Any more goals? 32 goals for Connor Brown. I'm hoping for something, boys, but I'm not gonna jinx him. Not gonna put any pressure on him. Craig Anderson is dropped in overall. I feel bad for the guy. He does not have a good team in front of him this year. But he's definitely a guy like I didn't even consider trading at the deadline. That's a minor injury, right? Okay. Just because he's someone like clearly he needs to retire with the organization, right? So we win 4-3 against the Islanders. That's a big win. Okay, hold up. Let's stop with the win streak here, boys. Oh my gosh, as we sweep the California road trip. My goodness. As we go on a win streak. Whoa. All right. There's a huge loss to the defending Cup champs. Man, you guys couldn't have won that one. It would have been nice to say we beat the Cup champs. As we win 2-1 against Edmonton, and all of a sudden your Ottawa Senators, for absolutely no reason at all, are turning on the Jets here. Okay, hold up. I gotta pause right now, boys. I have to pause, hit the brakes. What is going on? Who is hurting our tank? Connor Brown is 37 goals. He needs 3 more for that number. Are you kidding me? All right, so clearly no one told, I assumed there was a team meeting where they were all like, all right, boys, go out there, play some good hockey, but remember, we're still trying to tank, and Connor Brown just didn't show up to that meeting for whatever reason, so he's just out there playing lights out right now. Sorry about that, boys. The audio cut out for a second, but we're back. So, where the Islanders sit right now, the Islanders, 77 points. Oh my gosh, yeah, 89. Okay, so the Islanders are not making the playoffs. So that puts us in a fantastic position, boys. The Hurricanes, Blue Jackets, 75 points. We're at 66. The Predators are at 76, and the Canucks are at 68. And the Flames are at 72. I don't like the. So wait, there's 5 games. Hold up, 5 games left. That means 10 points on the table, right? Where are we? 66 points. So I think we're fine with the tank, boys. The only thing I'm worried about is that we might be able to drop back to third last in the NHL instead of second last with the Canucks, right on our tail. So hopefully we can just. How many games do we have left? 5? Yeah, just put Connor Brown. Just chill. Okay, if we win this game, I won't be upset, but every other game we need to lose out, boys, right? Connor Brown, go ahead, put up 3 in this game, call it a year. Let's go ahead, get the simulation rolling again, and see where we are going to, where our odds are going to line up for the lottery, right? So, game against the Bruins as we lose. Let's go, boys. You'll love to see that. Okay, you know what? I wouldn't have minded winning that one, but right, bigger picture. As we lose 6-0 to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the boys finally seem to have gotten the memo. Let's go. You'll love to see it. So 4-2 loss against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay, so that puts us. That should be second last, right? We lost out, right? 66 points. The Kings finished dead last at 62. Man, if we didn't go on that losing streak, we could have had the best odds. You hate to see that. The Flames are at 72. We'll just go ahead. Oh, wait. Okay, so yeah, we have second last in the NHL locked up. I will go ahead and show you boys the standings real quick, just so we know where the Islanders pick is going to land, what our odds are of that. So we have the second best odds and first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So we have the 6th and second best odds of winning the lottery, boys. Those, I don't know about that, boys. That's, I am not against that whatsoever. Are you kidding me? Let's go. So, I didn't even check to see. Jeez, my gosh, boys. Connor Brown was unable to collect the last 3 goals needed. That's fine. 37 goal season. This kid just had an unreal breakout year. If there was a most improved player of the year award like there is in the NBA for the NHL, then by far Connor Brown would have it, right? I don't think it'd even be a question this year. So we are armed with the second and sixth best odds of winning the lottery, boys. I will go ahead, do some para video editing with the scouting, get all that fantastic stuff out of the way, simulate up to the not the deadline, up to the draft, and hopefully we can figure out where we're going to be drafting, right? So let me go ahead, get all the paperwork out of the way, boys, and I will see you at the draft. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially up at the start of June. After a long, long 2 months of scouting, it just takes so long in this game, man. This video would already be over an hour long if it wasn't for the magic of video editing. I love that EA is trying to make the game more in depth, but they gotta make it more streamlined and efficient. It is just not practical to do manual scouting. But you know what? Anything to try and build a winning team, boys. That's what we're here for, right? So we currently have the second and sixth best odds at the lottery, boys. That means the worst we can fall back to, and tell me if you've heard this before, is 5 and 6. Like another team I know that's about to enter into the lottery. But I'm not getting to that. I'm not jinxing anything. I'm not talking about it. We got to focus on your year one Ottawa Senators here, boys. So just to drag it out a bit, hype it up, what I've done is I've got a piece of paper here with me, boys, and I'm going to cover the screen with it so that I'm going to go one by one. So we're going to see 15, 14, all the way up to the top 3. All right, boys? We're going to have a big reveal just like the real NHL lottery. So let me go ahead. All right. Let me go ahead. I'm not going to simulate up to the 23rd. That's the draft. I'll go ahead and simulate up to here. As you guys can see on the bottom right, that's the draft interviews. So basically, I'll end the video here. And wherever we land, I'll have an opportunity to interview 3 kids prior to the draft. So analysts, fans, put in the comments down below who you want us to interview, right? So I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and simulate up to here. This is it. This is it, boys. This is it. Like this is all right. All right. This defines the franchise mode right here. So let me go ahead. Simulate up to this day. Got the piece of paper with me right here. All right. The playoffs are complete. The Boston Bruins are your year one Stanley Cup champions, and the Manitoba Moose, AHL affiliate of the Winnipeg Jets, are the Calder Cup champions for year one. We made it to the second round where we got swept by the Marlies in the AHL playoffs. So not the greatest run there, but I'm happy we made it at least. All right, here we go, boys. Salary cap, yes, very nice. That's not what I'm here for. Oh my goodness. Okay, boys, are you ready? The piece of paper is covering the screen. So coming in at 15, we have San Jose. Oh, okay. Darn it. What? All right. I got myself hyped up for a second there, boys. I thought it was our pick from San Jose, but they made the playoffs, so I guess, right, it's the Tampa Bay pick. So Tampa missed the playoffs just narrowly, so San Jose still gets a top 15 pick. That somehow does not seem right. 14th, we have, all right, Minnesota. All right, love to see it. 13, New Jersey. All right, no one's moved up yet. Let's keep the good times rolling here. 12th, we have Detroit. Love to see it. All right. So the earliest that we can, the lowest we can move back with the Islanders pick, they finished 6th last, so they can go back as far as 9th, right? Yeah. Okay, so we just need to not see 9. Do not show me 9. 11th, we have Buffalo. Okay, so if... No, never mind. I was going to say if we see 10 here and no one's moved up, then that means the Islanders didn't work it out either. I don't know. The draft's complicated, boys. Coming in at 10, we have the Rangers. All right, this is it. This is where things can go south. Do not show me Islanders at 9. Do not show me Islanders at 9. Coming in number 9, we have Edmonton. Let's go. Okay. We're We're getting down to the nitty gritty, boys. Here we go. Coming in at number 8, we have Anaheim. Okay, okay. So if the Islanders are gonna move back at all, yeah, wait, yeah, if the Islanders are gonna move back at all, we'll see it here, boys. So coming in at number 7, we have Nashville moves from 6th to 7th. If Nashville is 6th, are we 7th? Or are we 6th? If we don't, oh no, we're 6th. Okay. I was gonna say if we didn't see it here, no, if we don't see our pick here, boys, that means the Islanders won a lottery pick. Right. Okay. Sorry, boys. The draft is complicated. I'm nervous. My hands are sweating. Just deal with it for a minute here. So coming in number 6. This is the moment of proof. This is it, boys. This is it. This is the moment of truth. Coming in number 6, we have the New Jersey Devils. They moved from 6 to 3. Oh my gosh, boys. We have a lottery pick. Oh my goodness. They got it from Vancouver? What? Wait, the Devils moved from 6 to 3. That means 3 teams moved up into the lottery, and the Islanders pick is one of them, boys. Okay, hold up. So that means, oh my gosh. So does that mean, wait, 6 to 3. 3 teams moved up in the lottery picks. That means our Ottawa pick. We can't have 2 lottery picks now, right? Am I doing the math on that right, boys? New Jersey. Okay, we got 1 pick. I'm not even gonna complain. Let's just keep. We got 1 lottery pick, boys. That's unreal in and of itself, right? Okay, so 6th. Come on. Do not show me 5. Come on. Coming in at 5, we have Ottawa moves back from 2nd to 5th, but we still have the Islanders pick, boys. So we have the 5th and at the very worst, the 3rd. We're drafting 3 and 5 at the very worst, boys. I will take that every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. Are you kidding me? All right. Do not show me 4. Wait, no. Okay, so the fourth one is whatever, right? That can't be the Islanders, so let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. So the Kings, after having a ridiculously horrendous season, move from 1st to 4th. Oh, it's like the Avalanche a couple years back. You'll feel bad for them. But this draft is loaded. They'll be able to find a stud if they did everything right, okay? So this is it, boys. The final 3 picks. So the Islanders pick could be 3, 2, or 1. Byfield, Stützle, or Lafreniere. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Do not show me 3. Do not show me Ottawa 3. Coming at 3rd, we have Columbus. Oh my gosh. We have a top 2. Oh no. We have a top 2 pick, boys. Oh my goodness. This is it. All right. At the at the very worst, boys. At the very worst, we are going to have 2 and 5. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that, and no matter what result I see, I will be completely thrilled. Oh my goodness. Okay. Come on. This is it, boys. The final 2 picks. Come on now. Do not show me Ottawa. And the first pick in the 2020, 2019. I can't even think of numbers right now, boys. The first overall pick in this year's draft belongs to... Yes! Lafreniere! Yes! Yes! The Ottawa Senators, boys, move up from 5 to 1st, and Lafreniere, are you kidding me? Yes! All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the final draft rankings are in. Let's settle down here. Are you kidding me? So we have 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ponomarev, Marchment, oh my goodness, boys. All right. We need a center though. Oh, that's a tough spot to be in. That's a tough spot. We do need a center, but how are you gonna pass up on this? 60 goals, 140 points. Are you kidding me? Byfield. I mean, we need a center, but all right. You know what? I'll put the question to you, boys. Who do you want me to draft, and who do you want me to interview in the draft? Retired players? Yes. Okay. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. Who was it? Ron Hainsey. Did he retire? Gabrick retired, so we don't have his contract anymore. That gives us an extra $4 million of cap space. It does not look like Hainsey retired this year. I'm surprised. Wow. I'm surprised MacArthur didn't retire as well. So Craig Anderson also did not retire. Right? Was it really just Gabrick? Wow. I didn't even expect him to retire. I thought we'd have his contract for another year. Okay. Right, right. Still got a job to do. Okay. So Gabrick retires from the Ottawa Senators. Great career from that guy. Uh, little injury prone. I wish him all the best going forward. There's a spot in the organization if he wants it. A couple coaches retiring. I think we have one for our AHL team in there. So yeah, see, the following retired players are now a scout. I love that they added this feature, and by the way, that makes franchise mode. It adds to the story of it and everything. So you love to see that. So okay, boys. So are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Let's go! All right, I'm so pumped. I'm trying. Okay, I'm sorry, boys. I'm trying to be calm here, and like I know I still have a job to do. We still need to figure out who we're going to interview. Right, and there was a kid. Oh, wow! Oh my goodness, this kid shot up the rankings. All right, so I was gonna say I had my eye on this kid as a potential center, right? But to draft with that Sharks pick, he's only 1 year away from being NHL ready, and he was like in this range. He was like 27 to 22nd. He shot up the rankings, so we won't have him. But one thing I will say, boys, the scouting staff did a fantastic job this year. I mean, truly unreal. If you look at some of the talent they uncovered, look at this, man. Two medium elites in the 4th round, maybe even a 5th rounder, I don't know. One's a goalie, the other's name's Ovechkin, and he's a center, a position we desperately need more of, right? High-end talent center. And then they got this kid, lower lead in the 2nd round. They uncovered multiple gems in the draft, boys. And this is, keep in mind, this is with a shortened scouting staff, right? Because we're the Ottawa Senators, we don't have a huge budget. This is with a very limited scouting staff. So the fact that we were able to uncover all that is fantastic in and of itself. We'll be drafting some elite talent all throughout the draft. All right, boys. So the video is already pretty long. I don't make it too long for you guys, so I will go ahead. Oops, not scout, assign scout. I will show you boys the potential players that we can draft. Let me know who you guys want me to draft. We have 1 and 5, right? Yeah, the 1st and 5th pick. That means one of these 3, right? Assumedly Lafreniere, but if you guys like have suggestions on 2 or 3, let me know. Like, I'm listening, you know? I'm not already set in stone going to draft Lafreniere. Just the fact that we can make the choice, though, is unreal, right? The Ottawa Senators, they need that high-end center. Maybe Stützle or Byfield is that number 1 center we need. Ponomarev at 5 could be an option, but he's 3 years away from being NHL ready. I think there's better players in the draft. So Byfield, I'll just go player by player here. Lafreniere, I mean, 60 goals, 83 assists, 335 shots, 143 points, 65 power play points. The man averaged almost 1 power play point a game in the QMJHL. This just seems like a special player, boys. I'll listen to you guys if you want me to draft someone else. Like, I will at least hear it out, but come on. Byfield at 2nd, 45 goals, 55 assists. There's his strengths and weaknesses. Very nice. Did Lafreniere have any weaknesses? None. Not a single weakness in his game. Oh my goodness. Tim Stützle, A+ puck skills, A+ senses. So he seems more of a skill center than Byfield, who seems like more of a Malkin type center, right? Just overpowering modern day power forward. Then we at 4 we have Drysdale, the top defenseman of the draft. Now we do need a right-handed shooting defenseman. If you guys think that area is most likely or best solved through the draft rather than through trade, since free agency we aren't going to spend much there historically, right? So if you guys think it's better solved through the draft, maybe that's someone who falls to us. I can interview him. Sorry about that, boys. The audio cut out, but we're back. So the last 3 I want to go over before I end the video. We'll go over Allen and Lundell as well. But these are the main three that I'm focused on before the draft. I've had my eye on these three kids the entire year, hoping we'd be able to land at least one of them. And now that the draft is here, it's looking like a very real possibility. Dorian Marchment, he's a right wing sniper. We need another high end forward, especially a goal scorer in the system. He has A plus shooting, A puck skills, A senses, A level skater. Goal scoring is his strength. Pro release is a strength. Magic hands. I mean, that's a match made in heaven, boys. This is a kid I'm very interested in. Would not mind interviewing him at all. Then we have Holtz. He's a two-way forward and seems to be more of a playmaker. Offensive creativity and playmaking ability, fantastic strengths to have, and I want to see that one-on-one skill. But weakness is or character is a weakness. It's a little offsetting to me, right? I don't want to have to deal with character issues right out of the gate with one of our young forwards. I'm trying to build this team on character as well as talent, which just leaves Lucas Raymond. Now, he's an interesting one, boys. Magic hands, offensive creativity, playmaking ability. He's a sniper with playmaking ability, right? Now, teammate utilization, don't focus on that too much. I believe that's something that can be taught or that can be taken care of with the right line mates, right? A-level shooting, just A's across the board. His skating does worry me, though. That is a concern. Is this a kid who can improve his skating? If so, I think this kid has the highest ceiling in the draft. His NHL comparison, Patrick Kane. I saw this kid at World Juniors. He brings game-breaking talent to the game. He reminds me of a very, very high-skilled forward who can just change. He can change the game in an instant, boys, in an instant. So I'm very high on him. I'm insanely high on Marchman as well. Honestly, if we didn't win the lottery, I probably would have picked those two, just straight up. And then we have Vic Allen and Lundell as well. Lundell might be that center of the future that we need. A-level senses. He has a very high ceiling. He won't be NHL ready for 2 years, though, which is a minor concern. And you have Vic Allen, who seems to be more of a left-wing playmaker. And I think we're already fine on the left side with Kachuk and who we presume to draft at number 1, right? So I think we're fine there, boys. Question of the video. I will put it to you guys, my analysts, my trusted analysts. What do I do here? Who am I drafting? Number 1, I would say it's pretty clear-cut choice, boys, right? Now, with the 5th pick, who do you want me to draft? Who do you want me to interview? Tell me who you want me guys to interview. I will go ahead, take care of that before the draft. And then I have some pre-scouting already done for trades, boys. I have some ideas in the works, but if you guys have any suggestions on areas of our organization that we need to improve in the draft, let me know. And I will see you all at the draft next episode, boys.